Hello Gemini, and welcome to the weekly love reading for couples from the 30th to the 5th of February. Now Gemini, I've already pre-shuffled your cards, I'm ready to go. Before we get started, quick astrological update. We have a new moon in the sign of Aquarius on the 4th or the 5th of February, depending on where you're located in the world. Fantastic new moon, really brilliant energy, the ideal time to start anything new, to manifest anything new, to write down your goals, wishes, dreams, hopes, whatever it is. This is the best energy to take advantage of that, okay? But let's get started. At the bottom of the deck, you come into this period with the Queen of Swords. It's your energy, Gemini. What's really beautiful is you have a couple here, the King and the Queen of Swords. So whenever I see a pair come up like this in a couple's love reading, it just shows me about being really balanced, okay? Ignore the fact it's a general reading, that it's, you know, air to air. Your partner can be any sign. It's just really seeing that you're on the same page. You know how sometimes with your partner you can just be like, yeah, you totally feel like you're in flow, you're finishing each other's sentences, you just feel like you're getting where they're coming from. Well, I feel like that's the kind of week for you, because you start off this time period with the 10 of Cups coupled with the Knight of Cups. So for me, it's like, oh my God, where's all the love coming from, Gemini? Are you giving all this love? That's unlike you. Maybe it's coming from your partner, but this is like, you know, gorgeous, gorgeous energy. It's like happiness, joy, balance, just really kind of like feeling on the same level when it comes to your relationship, right? And this is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is very romantic. Maybe your partner's doing sweet kind of things that they don't normally do, like writing love notes or bringing you flowers, or even something thoughtful like making you a bath after a long day or a cup of tea, small stuff like that, whatever it may be, whatever their love language is. I feel like your partner's being very lovey-dovey to you. And it's almost to the point where you're kind of like, what? Where is this energy coming from? Because you have the Tower here. The Tower can mean a few things in a reading, okay? Particularly in a love reading when you're looking at couples. For me, it speaks about sudden change, okay? A lot of readers will say, oh, there's something big going to happen, and maybe you'll think that too. But I feel like at a lesser degree, it's more about something that you didn't see coming. And with the other cards that are around it, I feel like maybe you'll get a gift this week, or you'll just be showered with love or some sort of love messages. It could be that your partner wants to make a further commitment to you in some which way, shape or form. For some of you, it could speak about, like, I feel like you're not living together and you're dating, and, you know, your partner says, maybe we should get a place of our own. For others of you, it could mean about maybe selling your current home and moving to a different location. I definitely see a lot of talk about your home, your base, where it is, and maybe relocating, or somehow further strengthening your commitment. And it's just so good at the moment. You just feel like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Because as you get to the weekend before this new moon, you have the card of Judgment and the Two of Swords. So this is like a rebirth. It's like about, the best way I can say it is about stepping into like a new version of you, right? And when we have intimate relationships with other people, and we start to, you know, want to commit to them and live with them and have that next kind of level of commitment, we do change. There's no two ways about it. You know, people say to you all the time, oh, I haven't changed, I'm still my own person. Well, yeah, well, you're a different version of you. You know, you're not the same person you were a year ago or 2 years ago. And when you're in an intimate relationship with someone, living with them and spending all that time together, you start to change and morph because that's what they do. You share energy, right? And the idea is that we pick someone that builds us up and makes us feel better rather than challenges us or pull us down. But coupled with the Two of Swords, I feel like you're having this resurrection, and now there's a bit of choice that needs to be made. And it's like, do we stay, do we go, where are we going? And I really feel like it's house move stuff for you, okay? Because I see you being on the same page as your partner. You're just vibing, you're in a really good place. And it's like, it could be quite sudden, you know, you need to make a move. Or maybe it's not by choice that you need to make a move. The lease is up and then you suddenly go, well, that's an ideal time for us to, you know, give this a crack. Definitely, you know, you've got 2 knights here, 3 knights here. And the Knight are the messengers, right? So you've got the Prince of Wands, the Prince of Cups, and the Prince of Swords. So this is messages of love, you know, passion, and something happening quite quickly. And I do feel for a lot of you, it's about making this kind of further commitment into moving in together or taking that kind of like next step. And it could be a relocation that's needed to be made for work as well that's coming up this week. Maybe someone's getting a new job offer, or maybe someone's travelling. Maybe one of you's travelling and you're a little bit like, oh, I might come and see you. I feel like if they are travelling and going overseas, they're going for quite a while. Okay, can I please have an additional guidance card for Gemini couples from the 30th to the 5th of February, please? Just one card. Beautiful. Unfinished Symphony. It looks good, Gemini. Like, I like it. I think it's just going to be a really beautiful week to kind of reconnect with your partner and figure out where you are and where you're going. Okay, so Unfinished Symphony. Unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure. It's time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or a project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance, take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek can be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that symphony can finally end on a high note. And I feel like this is ties into what I was saying before about really trying to have a resurrection, have something new, right? And what's interesting is I think I said in the couples reading for Geminis, whenever the last couples reading was last week or whenever it was, that there was a bit of a lack of intimacy. Well, I feel like that's something that's turning around now, or maybe it's a conversation that you're having about the lack of intimacy, and now that's starting to switch for you, because you're being able to let it go and step forward and have a rebirth in this connection. And that's what this card is here, right? As you get through the new moon, I feel like your partner gets this this spark in energy. They kind of get like the groove back, and then that's when the passion comes back as well. All right, Gemini, that was your reading. I hope you found it helpful. I wish you a fantastic week ahead. Take care, my lovelies.